my friends. If you chose pile 4, these are going to be your messages for the love reading. Pile 4 did have the Aquamarine on it. It's very faint, but it really is Aquamarine. Look, almost looks white. So these readings have been so long, I'm having to split this up into 3 parts. Like I said in the intro, I don't do love readings very often. But when I do, I really get into it. I'm putting a lot of detail in the readings, so I hope this resonates with you. Like I said, I'm just taking the cards as they come. This is a Whispers of Love Oracle card that I'm going to get in just a minute. I want to pull some Herbal Tarot first. Okay, let's just see what's happening here for pile 4, and what's next for you in love. That's the question that we're asking to open the reading, and as the reading unfolds, I will get all kinds of cards. We'll just see how it unfolds first. So let's get a few Herbal Tarot for general messages for pile 4. What's next in love for pile 4? What do you got for pile 4? What's next in love? Go one more pass through. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, there's a progression there. Pentacles, which really is very earthy. It's not really the cards of love, but it's very earthy. So let's just keep going, see what comes up. You got the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles. So very good for finances and that kind of thing. Let's see what else. You got another progression. 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. You got the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. Interesting. This is the only major arcana you got in the Herbal Tarot, and that is the Star. Major arcana for Aquarius. The Star is a card of hope, wish fulfillment. Let's get a couple of Druid Craft Tarot cards here. Let's see what other messages we're getting. And then we'll start kind of figuring out what's going on here for your pile 4 in love. What's next? For pile 4, what's next in love? King of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Lord. Equates to the Emperor in Universal Waite Tarot, or the Rider-Waite. Okay, let's check this Whispers of Love to see the overarching what is happening. True love, this love is once in a lifetime. That's beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay, so I feel like you guys are actually in a relationship, and it's really good. It is a true love for you. It's very rare to have this kind of a connection that you have. Some people speak about these kinds of things in twin souls and soulmates. I'm not really that up on those. I mean, I did have a psychic tell me one time that soulmates are the one you're intended to be with in this lifetime. So this may be your soulmate here. It's definitely a real love connection, and it's solid. I'm getting that it's solid with all of these pentacles here anyway. and the progressions here. So this relationship has just been progressing along solidly for years, it looks like, maybe for some of you. 6, 7, 8 years, 9 years. It's a long-term relationship. It's a good relationship. It's a solid relationship. It's the one you wished for, and you got it. You've built a foundation together. You have plenty of money. Money is not an issue for you guys. You both work very hard. Family, harmony. There's a lot of harmony in this relationship. Family is very important to you guys. Whether that's the family that you've created, like you might have children yourself, or it's extended family, it's still very important to you. Harmony is important. This is a nurturing relationship. The sevens talks about it being kind of a spiritual relationship, like you're both seekers, like you explore your spirituality together. You're introspective. I mean, that's kind of one of the signs of it being a good relationship. You don't have to be together every single second of the day to be in a good relationship. You have other needs as an individual person. So you guys are happy to explore those kinds of things, whether it's together or separately. And then you're also very ambitious. You might actually have a business together. You might be entrepreneurs. This Lord card also suggests entrepreneurship, like maybe y'all are business owners, maybe you have some kind of cafe together or some kind of other business together. Okay, so here's what's happening next though. You are actually taking a break from this relationship to pursue something else that you love. This 8 of Cups is really standing out to me, and the Hanged Man, which is also a timeout. I think there's going to be a timeout from this. And I don't mean that in a like breaking up kind of way. I mean that you, the person that is watching this, and I guess, you know, it could be vice versa. You or the person that you're involved with is being confronted with a situation where they have to go pursue something, because if they do not pursue it, it's one of those things that they will regret for the rest of their life. Like they will be sitting in their rocking chair when they're 90 years old and saying, I really wish I would have done X. Whatever X is for you or for your romantic partner. I do use the example of music quite often because when I was young, I was going to be a singer. That's just what I was going to do. And life happened and a lot of things happened, you know, and I got practical and I needed to pay bills or whatnot. So I put that on hold. I had children. I did a whole bunch of other things. And I still have not gone back to that. Well, it is something that keeps knocking on the door. And I mean, I sing around the house, and that's, you know, just as long as you're expressing yourself, that's the most important thing. But I do wonder sometimes if I shouldn't maybe try to join a choir or something to take that out into the world. I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter. Who cares, right? We're talking about y'all. But this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's something that you or your partner have wanted for a long time, or wanted a long time ago, maybe put it off to do other things, to have a family, to build a business, to do all these other things, and they're going to want to take a break from this because it's solid to go pursue this other thing that keeps knocking on their door. The message of this 8 of Cups is, if this is a good relationship, that person will understand. If your family loves you and they support you, they will understand. If you have to go back to college take time out from the family and the relationship or the family business or whatever you got going on here. Go back to college to study to be a nurse because you've always wanted to do that. That's something that you've always wanted to do, but you kind of put it to the side. We do have this King of Swords down here that talks about Libra. So what about the Libras? The Libras that's an air sign, and air signs are very mental, they're very communicative, they're very idealistic. This guy is kind of almost like the judge, justice card, you know. He's very intelligent and he has a lot of integrity. Like if he tells you something, it's going to happen. You can count on it. So Libras are very idealistic. I will say that they're humanitarians truly, and they're very compassionate. But they have ideas all the time. They're just very mental, very smart. Okay. So this showing up in this reading, that could be you, or the person you're involved in could be a Libra. Again, we have Aquarius on the board, and we also have Aries on the board. I will also say this. This guy is carrying, he has the sword of truth here. It's like, what is your truth? You're getting clarity on something. And I think maybe it's this situation that you need to go back and pursue this thing that you loved at one time. This thing that keeps speaking to your soul. And maybe that's the clarity that comes in that says, okay, I've got to do this because I've got to, because I have to. I just have to. For some of you, I feel like this thing that you have to go to pursue actually takes you away from the family physically. You have a couple of cards here that represent kind of taking your leave. One is the Six of Swords, where there's actually a boat there that can indicate travel, maybe overseas. You also have a boat in this image here. So I am getting that for some of you, whatever you're pursuing takes you physically away from the family. The Seven of Swords talks about taking your leave. It's always the card of taking your leave. But it does kind of indicate that there's some negative energy around this trip. Let's get a clarifier on that Seven of Swords. Can you show me the Seven of Swords, please? What's the Seven of Swords about? Yeah. High Priestess, which is feminine spirituality. Three of Wands, which also talks about going out on a journey. And the Eight of Wands, which talks about new inspiration, new ideas, and a plethora of them. Like they're just coming in at you all at the same time. I feel like the negative energy that is surrounding this is just a little bit, I think it's anxiety about embarking on this new thing. Like there's some problems. You are taking your leave from this, and there are some problems. That you are taking with you, and some of them you're leaving behind. You're moving forward on this vision that you have. I said earlier that, you know, if your family loves you, they're going to support you and they're going to want you to be happy, so they're going to want you to go and pursue this. That doesn't mean they're going to be happy about all aspects of it. There might be some discussions that happen around it. maybe just very basically, they're just going to miss you. That's all there is to it. There's a little bit of problem, but it's not, I mean, it all works out fine, but it's more like everyday problems with it. Just having the discussion with them, telling them what your idea is, telling them what is going to be involved, which I do think takes you away from them physically for some period of time. And then here you got the card, the High Priestess is the card of feminine spirituality. So again, I think it's something that it is a soul journey that you are on. You have to do this for your soul's growth. Okay, since this has not happened yet, maybe you're wondering if this is even you, if this is your relationship. I'm going to get some defining characteristics for the people that are in this really good relationship, and this will kind of hone it in for you so you can see if it's yours or if it's not. I'll get a few cards to help us describe person 1 and a few cards to help us describe person 2. Just some personality characteristics, whatever Spirit wants to bring through about the two people that are in this relationship. And again, this is just for you to be able to determine, okay, is this my reading? Is this my relationship? Because this has not happened yet, I don't think. I think this is coming up. And I will pull some clarifiers to see if we can find out when it's coming up after I find out if this is you. Okay, so this is person 1 that we're talking about first. You got Thief, and that says, sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Person 1, child magical, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. What else about person 1? What else about person 1? Hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates beauty in yourself. I'll go one more and see what we get. Okay, that just wants to jump right out. Child eternal, to go with child magical. Oh, let's see what that says. It says, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things through fresh eyes. Damsel, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. And child orphan, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear, and surviving. Okay. First of all, this is a very feminine pile over here. Whether you know this is the male or female, it's still very feminine. But all this child stuff here, magical, orphan, eternal, tells me that this person just has a very childlike quality, a very elfin even quality to them. They are always going to have fun. They're always going to maintain their childlike enthusiasm, which makes them super appealing to people. This thief right here with that heart there just tells me this person's just stole your heart, is basically why that thief is there, because of all of this. They're very feminine, very beautiful, very sensual. Maybe comes across as a little bit needing protection, you just want to protect them, this person. Now maybe they don't need it, but they definitely come across like you worry about them a little bit because of their kindness, because they're so beautiful, because they keep this childlike innocence about them. that makes them very appealing and also maybe makes them subject to prey at the same time. Or at least that's the way other people see this person right here. That it's very feminine energy. Okay, let's see if we can get a read on person 2 in this relationship here. This maintaining the childlike enthusiasm is such a desirable trait in everybody. Even men, I've known men like that too. They can be responsible and they can take care of business when they take care of business. But when it's time to have fun, they're gonna have fun. They just really like to have fun, and so it's really cool. It's a really cool trait. All right, so let's look at the second person in this couple for pile 4. Who is person number 2? Person number 2 in this relationship. So we got Hermit, seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. We got these blanks in here. I don't read them. I should have taken them out. So, teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Poet, expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Okay, that's it. That's too many, but we're going with it. They pop out like that, we got to go with it, right? Vampire, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Judge, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. And the last one, warrior, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Okay. This person is reading very masculine, very feminine, very masculine. This is the savior in this little situation here. This person is a warrior. They're also very much very much want everything to be fair. They want to take care of this person in a big way. They feel protective over this person. I'm definitely reading this more as a Libra. The poetry within Libras are like that. Like I said, they're very idealistic. The teacher, they're very learned. They're very, because they love to learn themselves, they have so much knowledge that they can share with other people. And then the hermit talks about being a little bit more reserved, being a little bit more withdrawn, likes alone time to research, to study, goes along with that teacher thing. And then the vampire, I feel like so I was gonna pull a card to see which one of these would be going out to pursue this thing that they have to pursue, but this is telling me it's absolutely this person right here. It's person 2. Person 1 is the feminine, very attractive, very childlike in their enthusiasm, it seems like real warm and passionate and compassionate. But again, a kind of childlike in their demeanor, and it makes this person want to protect them. So this is very masculine, and this last card, I didn't tell you what I'm picking up on that because I'm telling you right now. I feel like this person is being drained by this situation. I'm picking up that this is the person going out because you've got this Libra card here. This reminds me so much of a Libra. And since this card is over here on this side of needing a timeout, of needing to go off and maybe away for a time to pursue this thing that they are very passionate about, I think it's this person because they're feeling, I'm sure everybody, if you've been in a long-term relationship like this, everybody can get drained with it if they're just giving all the time. And particularly if they feel like they're the one that has to hold everything together. They're, you know, the caregiver, the protector, the provider, they feel this way. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily true, but I feel like the drive and ambition comes from this place. And this person is support, helps this, maybe has creative ideas about it, definitely contributes to whatever has been created here. But I feel like this person carries the responsibility of it, or feels like that they carry the responsibility of it. They're a bit drained by it, and that's why they really want to go out and pursue this thing that feeds their soul, because they feel like their soul is depleted a little bit. Okay. So there's that person. I'm going to it's probably going to be different for all of you what this person wants to go do, but I am going to ask two things. I'm going to ask if we can see the Eight of Cups, if Spirit wants to tell us what they are going to pursue, what it is, and then I'm going to ask when this is going to come about. Okay, can you show us the Eight of Cups, please? Show us the Eight of Cups. What is this Eight of Cups, this timeout about? Show us the Eight of Cups. Okay, okay, so this is the Knight of Pentacles. One more for the Eight of Cups. You got two, you got the Devil, which just talks about, since it's pursuing your heart's desire, talks about material things. And then the Four of Cups talks about the cup that's missing. That's what you're going out to pursue. Again, just again, that cup that's missing, you're dissatisfied. It looks like it's something material. It looks like it's maybe education that leads to a different job. This is Capricorn energy, by the way. So it will require hard work, and it will require dedication to this cause. Maybe they want to change careers. For some of them, it might just be a career change that they want. They're dissatisfied with their career, and they want to go back to school and pursue something else that will bring material success. By the way, it's going to be financially beneficial, but for this person, I feel like it's more of a soul calling. It's like, I have this opportunity here. I have to go pursue this. This is what I really wanted to do before I took this job to help support this family. This was my career path, but we were doing other things. I needed something more stable. I couldn't pursue that, but it was really what I wanted to do. And now they want to do it, and they're going to do it. Okay, let's look at when. Let's see if we can get a win for when this process starts of pursuing this other thing. So I don't know. It would be the movement forward. So, okay, maybe let's get the clarifier on the star, because this is the expression of the wish. It's like they tell you, I have this desire. This is what I wish for in my soul. And then that Six of Swords next to it, actually. We could we can clarify both these together. This is the movement toward it. It's like I'm going toward that. I need to pursue this. I have to. Okay, so if you can clarify the when for us on the star and the 6. When will this second person, this Libra person, start pursuing this other dream? Oh, I like this. Okay, the Sun card just says it's all going to be fine. It's all going to work out. Do not worry about this at all. It's going to end up being beneficial for everybody. It makes this person who's given so much, and maybe that's why you're going to be okay with them going to do it, because they've given so much to this relationship and to this family and everything. So them wanting to go pursue this other thing is going to be fine, and it does turn out beautifully. It really helps them to get back in touch with who they are. So as far as the time frame is concerned, the Ace of Swords is always winter to me. So that is December, January, or February. I think they're going to start moving towards this, expressing this desire to go do this other thing, and they're going to start taking steps toward pursuing this other thing December, January, or February. But you are going to be okay with it. I mean, you know, who wants their you know, the love of their life to go off for a long period of time? Nobody, because you would miss them, right? But you will be understanding about it. Or whoever this person is will be understanding about it. You might be the Libra that's going to go pursue this. All right, for the Sacred Traveler, I'm going to finish up this reading real quick. For the Sacred Traveler, I just want to know, what does Pile 4 need to do, if anything? What action do they need to take? Pile 4, what do you need to do, if anything? Answering the call, the time is now. So that might be trying to speed, if you are the Libra, maybe trying to speed you up on this process and saying, yeah, you know you want to do this. So the time to start the process is now. Go ahead and get it started. You don't have to wait till the winter. Maybe you start laying a foundation. But this can also say a call comes in. You get some kind of communication that starts this process along. But when you get that call, it's saying go for it. Now it says a call, answering the call. It could be that calling from your soul, definitely. The time is right to answer that call. It can also be a communication that comes from somewhere else. It may be an email, it may be a text, it may be however many other ways we get communications these days. But it might not necessarily be a phone call, but it could be a phone call. All right, for the angels and ancestors, I'm going to just get final words of wisdom for this Pile 4, and for either one of the people, if it's the person that's supporting or the person that's going off on the venture. Let's get some final words of wisdom for Pile 4, whatever you got. Oracle, wait for important information. There it is again. I think there's some information that comes in that starts this down this path. So this is just saying wait for that. But when you get that information, be ready to go. All right, last thing I want to talk about is the relationship itself. Any kind of messages Spirit has for these two people about the relationship. Because it's solid, it's really good, it's true love. What final message does Spirit have about the relationship itself? Oh, relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. So I guess this could be some of this not feeling like you're drained at a soul level, and maybe you're not taking care of your needs and your desires. That may have become a pattern in this relationship where this one I don't want to say they're needy. But the damsel might indicate that they kind of act in some way, maybe knowingly or maybe unknowingly, like they need someone to take care of them, they need someone to help them, it's a damsel in distress, right? So, and this person always comes to the rescue. So maybe that's a pattern. That's why they're depleted, right? Because they're always taking care of the situation, taking care of the person and coming to the rescue and all that stuff. So maybe that's a pattern in this relationship that this situation that's coming up causes this couple to look at, to say, okay, we've got this pattern going on here. It's not really good for me. It's definitely draining me. To break this pattern, I am going to go do this thing where I pursue that which is important to me and that which is I love and that which feeds my soul. So there is definitely some pattern here that needs to be looked at for this couple. That is just one example of what it might be, but there's definitely a pattern, and it takes guts to take a look at it. But you guys can do it. You are a strong, solid couple, so you guys can definitely work through this. There's no doubt about that. All right, that is all I have for my pile fours. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love.